All right, we are out here at the drone park, have a couple guests you might see in a series of build videos or maybe a combined video. We've got Karthik and Roger here with us, going to experience the developer. They're going to help us start making in larger numbers than we do currently, but thought it would be a good idea to let them see it in practice first. So we already have the radio connected. If you want to pan over really quick, there's the developer already set up. And then if you want to bring it back here, we have another developer HP. We may get to maiden flight testing today, but with the park closing here in less than half an hour, we may not get to it. So let's go ahead, add a drone, connect to drone, and then we just have to collect the radio that's plugged in. It's STM32 virtual COM port. It would be nice if it did just say MLRS radio. However, we don't really have the control over the operating system to change that. So again, you can see our radio is connected in green. Our arm button is green, meaning developer at least theoretically should be ready to take off. Now there's a couple different ways we can get it to take off, either manually via the controller, or we could tell it to take off to a set altitude and then we can take over with the controller. What's your guys' experience ever flying a drone? None. Okay.
No.
So let's go ahead and we'll activate the controller just to get it at the ready, but we'll have it take off automatically. So pressing X and gamepad 2 is registering. I'm going to refresh, even though that should be all right. I'm just kind of confused why gamepad 1 is not showing instead of gamepad 2. Gamepad 2 is still being selected. It should work just the same. Mohit, bug, bug fix. All right, now we're just going to select arm and fly drone and have it take off to an altitude of 10 feet. Theoretically. Low battery voltage failsafe. Oh, I thought I just had swapped the battery. Maybe that wasn't a fully charged battery. Wow, that's so embarrassing. So basically there's a parameter we have set where even though it has charge, it's not fully charged, and we have like a minimum threshold for it to even be able to like take off an arm. So it's not currently meeting that threshold. Let me see if I swap out the battery, if it's more fully charged. I have another battery here in this case, so. This was the battery loaded in it, which I think was fairly low as well, so we might be limited in the flight test we see with this developer. Now with all the building being done at the office, could have had these charging.
Huh?
All right, battery swap is simple. As all right, and yet we have 14.75 volts. We're still fairly low, so probably pretty quickly after takeoff, it's going to go into its low battery failsafe and return to the landing automatically, but we'll still see it take off. So fly drone, arm and fly drone, take off to 10 feet. And okay, we need a position estimate. Drone has failed to arm, so once it reboots, it takes, 10, 15 seconds. We'll try again. Yep, and now it's using GPS, so we should be good to go. All right, and now I'm going to put it into loiter flight mode. And so now with the controller, I can actually just fly it with the PlayStation controller.
Oh.
We could also upload waypoint missions to it if we wanted it to fly autonomously, just using our waypoint mission tab here. And then we could just start selecting anywhere on the map we want it to fly and setting the altitude. So there it just went into its battery failsafe and it's returning to landing, the landing location automatically. So seeing as I thought this was going to be a bulk of the flight here, we don't have enough battery to continue it. We do have one extra battery, but it's not like the standardized battery we use, and it's a little bit of a pain in the butt to get it like slid in and slid out, being a little bit larger than the standard battery. But we do have this developer HP that will made in flight, and so you guys will see, you know, what our build work kind of culminates in, even though this was not the one that we were just working on, right? Food Network style again. First things first, I guess we need propellers, but we will probably have to do the compass calibration, which I mentioned. So we're going to close out of our software, because beyond the compass calibration, there's also an accelerometer calibration where we'll just have to sit it on each of its sides for a couple of seconds. And then after that, we'll do the compass calibrations where you have to rotate it around all of its axes. Cue ground control. And go set it out. And are we back to flashing green? We are. Have new props here, and I fix it. All right. Need to disconnect from the iVue RoboControl app. Disconnect, and Cue ground control will now automatically pull the connection. So you can see this screen takes a little bit longer to populate when you're connected via radio, but you can still do all the configuration you could while we were connected via USB back at the workshop. And, oops. Plan flight. I want to clear, so there's already a previously saved mission on this developer that we're going to delete. Clear, yes. All right, so compass is inconsistent, so yeah, that means we need to do a compass calibration. And if you don't mind, when I say okay, if you'll just hit okay, and then you'll see this bar kind of go, the status bar, you know, start to make progress. If you can just tell me when we're approximately 50%, 75%, I'll hear when it's done, but just updates along the way would be great. All right, hit okay.
$50, $60, $70, $75,
$80, $90, $100.
$100.
All right, and what do the status bars, are they both yellow, red, and green?
Red and yellow, I think.
Red and yellow.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll try that once again. That's honestly not too bad. We could rock with the internal compass, but let's go ahead. We're going to go back to parameters, tools, reboot. Leave both phones. All right. Second time's the charm, right? That's the saying. All right. Hit okay?
Yeah. 20, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100.
Any better?
First one, like yellow and red in the middle.
Yeah, it's yellow and yellow, both.
All right, we're gonna rock with that. So, reboot. Now, just giving you a heads up, we may start to see it rotate if it wasn't a good enough compass calibration, but ultimately we'll see once it takes flight. All right, let's just go ahead. I'm going to connect back in our software, the iVue RoboControl app, and it looks like we are going to be ready to take off.
You have only 2 propellers?
Did I only bring
I think he had 2 more. No?
Did I only bring 2? Oh my goodness. Oh man. Oh man.
He's gonna kill you definitely.
Oh man. We will not be flying this developer HP today. My big brain thought there was 2 propellers in each pack and there was only 1. So I guess you'll see this maiden flight probably tomorrow. And Roger and Karthik, at least you guys got to see a developer take off and fly
Yeah.
briefly. To make it up for you, I would be willing to, if we want to put the other battery in this one, to get you guys some flight time. Because I ideally would have liked to get that one going, but you know, that would involve me being prepared, right? Let's see if we can get this battery loaded up. It's going to be too much of a pain then. So you may not be able to see from there, it's just a thicker battery. And so it has a hard time. You can slide it in quite a bit easier than you can get the battery out. So I think we'll be all right.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, let's see. I'm going to just move that latch over and then try to pull it back over. All right. Disconnect. Wow. That's a first. It's always been either forgetting like all the props or the screwdriver to, you know, install the props, but only having 2. The walk of shame.
It's already connected.
Yep. And so if you want to verify, you can actually just click there and then move around the joysticks. And
okay.
yep. And then, yeah, just the iVue RoboControl app down there. And select that drone. And we're already connected to it. So, yeah, if you just want to select fly drone, or if you wanted to take it off from the ground, we could do it that way. And then scroll down. I have the scroll the correct way where everyone does it opposite.
Okay, launch.
Yep. Oh, there's a magnetic field difference. So this is because it's used to a different type of battery. All right, let's disconnect, reconnect, and see if we can actually try doing a compass calibration within our software. Let's see if just, okay, yeah, we're still getting the magnetic field difference. It's too great. Yep, okay. So let's go here, compass, and then kind of similarly, when I ask you to start, if you'll just start it. All right.
Yep. $20, $30, $40, $50, $65, $75, $85, $94, finish.
Says it's good, I guess.
All right, and I think you should be able to hit finish. I forget exactly what the,
Finish calibration.
yeah, and both in green. Yeah, finish calibration. All right. And it's rebooting right now, so we'll see that voltage start to bounce up again. It's like stuck in a boot loop. Still initializing. All right. Yep, I think we should be good. So yeah, if you want to try arm and fly now. Still needs a position estimate. After rebooting, need position estimate. We just need it to say using GPS. All right, there we go. Now it's using GPS. So now I'll let you do it. That way I'm hands off. If anything goes wrong with its flight, it's all Karthik.
Okay. Why it's rotating like that?
I think it's because of the magnetic field of the battery. Let me try putting it into loiter mode. Nope.
Oh, it's not balancing.
I don't know what the deal. There's some sort of compass problem. All right, if you just let go of the controller, it's gonna come down for a landing, just rotating. Hit this arm. Man, this breeze. No disarm? Disarm won't work?
Should I click land?
Yeah, land. It's going to be an ugly landing. That's all right.
Oh. Oh.
Due to battery weight or what?
No, because they're not the same chemistry, and so
Yeah.
yeah. That's why we haven't used this battery. I figured, you know,
Yeah.
let's give it a shot. And
This is 14.4.
yeah, these are just different cells. They're both 4-cell batteries. It's just these are larger cells made by a different manufacturer. There we go. The company that makes the batteries is the same, but the different cells in there are different. Yeah, kind of ate up a prop.
Yeah.
Had a successful develop air flight, a not successful develop air flight, and no develop air flight. You guys got to see the whole spectrum.
Yeah.
Speaking of spectrum, no. All right, I think we're going to wrap it up here. Thanks for watching. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, you know where to leave them. Thanks for watching. Peace.